Welcome back to Press Pass here on Be Terrific. And I don't know if you guys have had any water today, but when this guy was playing, they used to call him H2O because his jumper was like water. Allan Houston, New York Knickerbocker, great. I mean, one of the great Knicks, one of the great shooters of the NBA. And I don't know if everybody knows that, but as a basketball fan, an avid basketball fan, I recognize that you had a jumper like, I mean, you must have just 1,000 shots a day.
Well, you know, my father could shoot. His brother was a shooter, so I think a lot of it kind of came, you know, natural. But I do remember when I was younger, I was really skinny, and I shot up. And the only way I was going to really be able to score and have an impact at that age with my strength level was to make shots, you know. So, you know, going out in the park, playing on different baskets, outside, inside, bent rims, you know, you just learn that at some point you just got to figure out how to make shots. And then I just worked at it. But my father would say, you know, you always got to be the hardest worker. Whenever you're in the gym, survey the gym. And you make sure you're the hardest worker out there. And I like to talk to a lot of shooters too. When I shot with Chris Mullin and Ray Allen and Michael Redd, a lot of guys that I've talked to about it, they have a similar mindset. In you just can't just be. You don't want to be average at your skill.
Right. And I mean, that's how the greats. That's what makes people go from okay to good and good to great. And you know, talking about a mindset. I mean. John Starks' mindset, the foundation, the charity, giving back, giving away scholarships.
Yeah.
What type of mindset did he have when he was a player?
Well, my first, obviously, run-in with John was playing against him when I was in the Pistons, and I just remember just his competitiveness and his confidence. Like it never wavered, and his identity matched the identity of the team at that time. So when I got to New York, and one of my favorite stories about John is when I was a free agent and the Knicks were coming after me, I felt like, man, but they got John Starks, you know? And I wondered how that would be received as a teammate. He was the first person when I stepped on the Knick kind of program campus to embrace me with a big hug, and he said, man, you're gonna be great. And to me, like that set the tone for who he is as a person. It wasn't about him. As competitive and as fiery and emotional as he could be, it was all about winning and whatever it took. So if it was going to be someone that could come in and help this franchise get to that point, that was it. I mean, he's been a mentor, a great friend, like an older brother. I don't want to make it seem like he's that much older than me, but you know, just someone who was always there. I mean, it's just who he is, where he came from Tulsa, his backgrounds, his family. And he's just a person that you just have to respect from the way he lives his life and the way he the energy he kind of gives off around people, and you can see it as being evident in the things that he does in his community.
I mean, that's one thing that I've seen today. I mean, you got a bunch of the Knick teammates that were teammates there with him for a long time, like Oakley, you know, Greg Anthony, yourself, and you can tell you guys really have a liking and really care about what he's doing, and really want to give back and help him give back with his foundation.
He's been doing this for so long. I mean, this is 20-some years, you know, he's been doing this, and he's committed to it. His team, his family, you know, Jennifer Alpert, who's been, you know, doing this for so long, seeing his kids now, you know, Chelsea and everybody growing up. And when we came in, you immediately become family. When you're shooting for something that high, it takes a lot of sacrifice, and you go through a lot of stuff together, and bumps in the road. And so when you are for each other, you know, it's just what you do. You support each other.
Definitely, and I know you're involved in many different things, and at the same time, you're very busy.
Yeah.
But you make sure you take the time out and make it to the things that he's going on. So it just shows how much you guys can see how important that is to him.
Yeah, I mean, the Knicks had an outing today, you know, but you see his teammates are here to support him, you know, and that's what it's about. And just proud of him, man. You know, again, he's been a part of this organization, and and building, pouring into the lives of youth. You see the scholarship recipients,
Yep.
and they'll get a chance to speak. And when you hear them speak, you know, you always want to just make sure that you're using the platform that God gave you to pour back and to give the next generation or whoever, even if it's their parents, you know, or their coaches, you want to pour into them so they can be trained and excel the same way.
Yeah, they're the future, and you know, I love how his foundation, his charity, not only gives them the scholarship, their scholarship recipients, but he holds them accountable and helps them with responsibility by allowing them to continue getting the scholarship as long as they take care of what they're supposed to take care of.
I mean, part of what we learned in being here in New York is that you have to be hungry. You have to, if you really want something, you have to go after it. And the participants that are part of his program, those are the qualities and the characteristics that they have. They're excellent because they've gotten to a point where they're willing to put that effort in, and John rewards them for it.
That's beautiful, and you know, I just appreciate him. I appreciate you coming by, stopping by, and you know, devoting your time to the community, to the youth, to the education of those youth for the future, because they are the future at the end of the day. Yeah,
I mean, I met a professor who teaches communication as a college course. And so words are very important. And one of the things she told me was that education, the original kind of language around education means enlightenment. So when you're providing that type of enlightenment and broaden the horizons of what kids can be and what they can do through education, I mean, what else can you really, you know, ask for?
What more is there, right?
Right.
What more can you do? What more can you achieve but that, you know, and helping others and passing it? So that, you know, I appreciate you stopping by, Allan. New York, great. Obviously in the front office, you guys are working together now in the Knicks front office, which is definitely another beautiful thing that you guys are doing. But to come out here today and be a part of the foundation, I'm sure they're thankful for it. And we're thankful for you to stop by.
All right.
All right.
Keep doing what you're doing. Appreciate you.
Definitely. We'll be back right after this. Be terrific. Press pass.